first word on our list? What does it say?
So to go into
Okay,
something.
to go into something, and that means to that it could mean several things. Most phrasal verbs can mean more than one thing. Most phrasal verbs can mean several things. So one way that you can use go into something means to discuss something in detail, to talk about something in detail. Have you seen that
Yeah.
before? Have you ever seen go into used in this way?
No,
Okay.
no.
It's pretty common. It's a pretty common thing. And I think in the chapter actually uh, they used it that way several times just in that one chapter. So that was kind of funny. Can you read the example sentence?
Okay, so John wanted details, but Mary didn't have time to go into them.
What does that mean?
So mm, John, so Mary, John wanted to go in details, but Mary didn't have time to discuss in detail.
Yeah, she didn't have time to talk about them. She didn't have the time to talk about them. So isn't it in no way do they use the word talk or discuss, but that's what it means.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it pretty clear? Does it make sense? It's a very common phrasal verb. Talk about.
Yes, easy. Yes.
Okay. Can you say the first well maybe let's change this. Let's just change this to he and she. Can you say the first three words?
He wanted details.
What do you think is the most important word in that phrase?
Details.
Okay. Now that's a funny word because some people say details and some people say details. So it could the accent could be either way. I prefer details. I prefer it on the first syllable.
Yeah.
We'll do that here.
So
Go.
sometimes if you do not know this is short or long, we generally do long because it is easy.
I'm not sure what you're asking. Can you rephrase that in a different way?
Yeah. For example, if we have come across many words
Mhm.
and do not know this sound is long or short, so we can do long usually um, if you do not know this is short or long.
Well, I don't know about that because some sounds are always short. Some sounds are always little. It just so happens though that details both can be long. So
Yes.
if you have a word, well, I don't know. Let's see, pet. It would just sound weird. It would sound strange if you. People will understand you, I think, if you make it long when it's supposed to be short. But it will sound like you're, I don't know, angry. If you're making every
Okay.
sound long, you'll sound angry or not happy or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see.
Yes.
I
Got
want
it.
a cup of coffee. That sounds very angry because
Yes.
it sounds like when you make something small big, it's because it's important. And so if you make every sound big, it makes it sound like
Yeah.
every sound is important, which usually means a strong emotion. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people will understand you, but they might be afraid of you. You might scare
Yeah.
them.
But Australian, do they long sound usually?
I'm not, I'm not super familiar with Australian English. I think that it's the same. It's the same for everyone. You know, it doesn't matter which country though. Some sounds are big and some sounds are small.
Yeah.
That's the I think that's the hard part about understanding English, the big and the small sounds. Well, speaking of big and small,
Okay.
how will you say those three words together? The first three words of the sentence.
He wanted details.
You wanted details. You wanted details.
He wanted details.
He
He
wanted.
wanted details.
Mhm. So he wanted is very small. He wanted details.
He
Okay.
wanted details.
Can you say the next one, two, three, four, five? The next five words.
But she didn't have time.
What do you think? Which word do you think would be best to emphasize?
Didn't
But
and didn't
ah,
have.
mhm.
Didn't.
Didn't have time. Do you know which word I would? I just naturally want to just emphasize the word time, and I'm not sure about the other ones. Let's see. Let's try it. But she didn't have time. But she didn't have time. I think.
Yes.
I think maybe didn't. You could do didn't. She didn't. We could also do didn't. This would give us more of a big, small rhythm. He wanted details, but she didn't have time.
He wanted details. She didn't have time.
Hmm. Okay. Now, we have the phrasal verb go into, right? And do you remember we were talking about prepositions and sometimes there's a very close connection between the preposition and the object. What
Yes. Yes.
do you think in a phrasal verb? And there should always
Yeah.
be a close connection between the preposition and the object. But with a phrasal verb, sometimes the preposition doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have a connection to the object. What do you think
Yes.
here? Does this have a connection to the object?
Yes.
It
Yes.
does.
Yeah.
So in that case, we want to emphasize that preposition, right?
Yeah. Into.
Oh,
Yeah.
so which syllable has the emphasis? In or to? Into.
Into. To.
No, that would be into. Into. But this is
In.
into. Into.
Okay. Into. Okay.
Into.
Yes. First.
Into. Okay. Into. Into them.
Into them.
Do you know that,
Into them.
Pachu, did you ever notice that the word them, if it's not emphasized, it could just become into them,
Uh, Into them.
into them.
Yes.
It's pretty typical way of
Yeah.
saying that. Into them.
Yes. Into them.
He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into details.
I would just say
Sorry. So into them.
into
Into them.
into them, into them. Try
Into them.
say it again. Say the whole phrase again.
He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
In well, not into them, into them. You have to put all the emphasis on the word in, on the sound in.
To go into them.
Into.
Into them.
Yeah, you have to do that if you want to be clear.
Okay.
You want.
So he wanted detail.
Go ahead.
Okay. He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
Because now you're saying go into them, but probably it's better if you just say go into them.
Okay. So he wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
Into them. Into them.
Into them. into
Into them. Go into them.
to go into to
Time,
go into
time to go. Can you say time to go?
time to go,
Time to go into them.
time to go into
Didn't have time to go into them.
didn't have time to go into
He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
he wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into
Don't forget to whistle when you say the word she. She.
He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into
That was a really nice she. That was very good. Okay. How many phrases can we divide this sentence into?
is two.
Okay, what are the two phrases?
So he wanted details, the first,
Okay.
and next is but she didn't have time into
Okay.
to go into
Time to go into them. Mm-hmm.
trying
All
to
right.
go into
Okay, and so if we look at this first one, he wanted details. He wanted details. Can you say that?
yeah. He wanted details.
Okay.
He wanted
How do
details.
you want this to sound? Would you like this to sound happy and friendly or serious? Which one do you think is better here?
Is serious,
Serious, serious, serious.
serious.
Okay. All right. So our special word in this phrase is details. Should it have a high sound or a low sound?
It's a low sound.
Okay. But how should we start our phrase?
It's a high tone.
High? Okay. All right. So it would sound like this. He wanted details.
He wanted details.
He wanted details.
He wanted details.
Okay. He wanted details.
He wanted details.
All right. Now in the second phrase, which is pretty long, how do you want that to sound? Do you want it to sound happy or serious?
It is serious.
Serious. Okay, so again, we'll make this blue at the end. We'll finish very low. But how will we start our phrase?
It's a high
Uh,
tone. It's-
but she didn't have time to go into them.
But she didn't have time to go into
Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah. Okay. You're saying she didn't have time to go into. You could do that if you want. You could make this high if you want also. I think maybe it's better if you just start high and go down low. Not really, but you could make it high if you want. Let's see. Let's try
okay.
the whole phrase. He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
Okay. Mm. He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into
Okay. Can you make a what he want question? How will you ask a what he want question?
what did he want?
Okay, what is your most important word in that question?
Is a what?
Okay.
What?
How would what plus did plus he, how will that sound?
What did the? What did the?
What
What did?
plus what plus did plus he.
Okay. So what did the? What did the?
Why
What did the?
saying duh? Is it duh? What plus did plus he?
What did the? What did he? What did he?
Right. What did he? What did he? What did he? What did he?
What did he? What did he?
What
What
did he
did he?
want?
What did he want?
Yeah, so the two important words are what and want, and the other things, who cares? What did he want?
Okay. What did you want?
What did he want? It sounded very, it sounded very American. What did he
Yeah.
want?
What did you want?
That's funny. That sounds very, very close. Okay. And what is the answer to that?
He wanted details,
Okay. He wanted details, but she didn't have time to go into them.
but she didn't have time to go into them.
Okay. Uh, Now the next word that we have, we've seen this word many times in different books. Peril. Do you remember that word, or have you seen that word before? Peril.
Yes,
What does
yeah,
that mean? Peril.
pa- perils, perils.
What does that mean? Perils.
Yeah, perils means danger.
Danger. Okay. And can
Yeah.
you can you read the example sentence that we have? What does it say?
There are many perils to mountain climbing.
Yeah, you see, I had to think of a sentence, and I couldn't think of anything, and then I thought, oh, Pachu's in Nepal, so I'll write about.
Yes, yes, okay.
All right. Uh, can you read the first four words?
There are many perils.
Okay. What do you think should be the most important word in that phrase?
The perils.
Well, I don't know. I think there might be another word that we could focus.
The many,
Yeah,
many.
there are many perils.
There are many
Yeah,
perils.
I think many is more important than the word perils. Because, oh
Yes,
no, a
yes,
lot. There are a lot of them. It's not just one, it's many, right? Doesn't it seem like
many.
a stronger word?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Can you say, how will you read the, oh wait, where's the accent on many? Is it on the first syllable or the second syllable?
Is the first many,
Okay.
many double sound.
Many, many.
Many.
Mhm. Can you read the first three words of this sentence?
There are many. There are many.
Do you know how when you have there are and it's not special, like here, it's not special, it sounds like this. There,
There, there,
there,
there.
therer, therer, therer.
They, there,
Yeah, like that.
there,
Therer.
there, there,
Not
there,
there, therer. There, two sounds, two syllables. Therer.
there, there.
There. There are many.
Oh, okay. So there are many.
Yeah, there are many.
There are many.
There are many perils.
There are many perils
What are the last three words of that phrase?
to mount to mountain climbing.
Hmm. What do you think would be in that phrase to mountain climbing? What do you think is the most important word?
So is a mountain.
Hmm. Because it's kind of an adjective, but also because
Yeah.
when you have two words that are always together, it's usually the first word that becomes important.
Yes. Yeah.
In that word, mountain, which syllable has the strongest sound? Mountain.
Is a mountain.
Which syllable?
Sometimes people left T. Is it
That's
okay?
true. That's true. You can say mountain. That's how I would say it in normal when I'm talking like a normal person
Yeah.
and not an English.
There is a mountain.
Mountain, mountain. There is a sound, but it's not T. It's like a little cough. Mountain, mountain, mountain. It's a little
Mount,
weird sound.
mountain.
Mountain.
It's a mountain.
Cough.
Mountain.
If you want to,
mountain,
it's hard. It's really hard for people to make that sound, but it's kind of like a little cough, like you're coughing.
mountain, mountain,
Mountain,
mountain,
mountain. It's a little,
mountain,
like a little
mountain,
cough in the bottom of your throat. Mountain.
mountain, mountain,
Well, you see, you made the sound. You said that. That's the sound. Just put an N at the end of it. Un, un.
mountain, mountain,
So you say,
mountain,
so you do the sound. Uh. Uh.
uh, uh,
Now
uh,
put an end at the end of that. Un, un.
un,
Yeah.
un,
Mountain,
un,
mountain.
mountain, mountain.
Just say the T for right now. It's better if you say the T. It's hard. I've never met somebody who could do that. It's kind of difficult.
Okay, I will try after class. Okay.
Yeah. Thurkan says, uh, yeah, I'm Henry Higgins. somebody was telling me, somebody was telling me, oh, you should do Pygmalion. A friend of mine was saying, do Pygmalion for your reading. I said, oh, I'm not going to. Number one, I'm not going to do a play because that requires a lot of acting. I can't act. But also, I think that would be really hard to do for a video. I don't think anybody, only you, Sirkan, would like to watch that. Maybe I'll do it just for you. Okay. So yeah, Pachu, just say the T. It's fine. It's better if you do. It's better English if you pronounce it. Say mountain. That just sounds better
Yes,
anyway.
yes,
So don't
yes.
worry.
A mountain.
Yeah, because that takes a lot of practice. But
Yeah,
which syllable has all of the sound?
is a mountain. Ten.
Oh, so it's mountain or mountain? Which one?
The first is
Or-
a
yeah,
mountain. Is a mount.
it's the first one. Okay, mountain,
Is a mountain.
mountain, mountain climbing.
Is a mountain climbing.
There are many perils to mountain climbing.
There are many perils to mountain climbing.
Many perils to mountain climbing.
Many perils to mountain climbing.
I think I mount. There are many perils to mountain climbing. Mountain climbing. Yeah, it's just mountain. It's not climbing at all. Okay, that's weird,
Okay.
but it's true. Okay. All right. How many phrases do you think you could divide this sentence into?
So there are many perils.
Okay. So that's one phrase. And then the second
Yeah.
is to mountain climbing. Okay.
Yes. Is to mountain climbing. Is the next.
Okay. How would you like to sound? Do you want to sound serious or do you want to sound nice and friendly?
So is a serious.
Okay.
Serious.
Okay. So that means we'll make this all low tones. Many perils, many perils,
Many perils.
many perils.
Many perils.
How will we start the phrase? Will we also be low in the beginning?
No, is a high.
Yeah,
Is a
probably
high
high.
tone.
There are many perils. There are
There are
perils. It's hard.
okay. Uh, there are many perils.
Hmm.
There are many perils.
There are many perils. It's hard to do it on purpose. There are many perils.
There are many perils.
There are many perils. Okay. There are many per there are many perils. There are many perils.
There are many perils
Okay.
to mountain climbing.
Okay. And so how are we going to do the second phrase? Is that also going to be serious?
Yes,
Okay.
the mountain climbing.
Mountain
Climbing.
climbing. To mountain climbing.
To mountain
Yeah,
climbing.
because we normally will start our phrase high. That's just how a phrase will start in English. in a neutral sentence
yeah,
is high. To mountain climbing, but because it's all serious, we want to go immediately
yeah,
low. So
yeah. So yeah, to mountain climbing,
to
to mountain
to
climbing,
mountain climbing.
to mountain climbing.
There are many perils to mountain climbing.
There are many perils to mountain
All
climbing.
right. Uh, what kind of question can we ask about this?
Oh, yeah. Why is there to mountain climbing?
Why are there many? Because you maybe you could answer that question for us. So how will you make a why many perils mountain climbing question? How will you make that question?
So why are there many perils to mountain climbing?
Okay, that's right. Now, what is the most important word in your question?
Is it why?
Okay. How will you say why plus are plus there?
Uh, why are
So
there?
why is big, right? Why? Why?
Why?
Why are
Why?
there? Why are there? Why are there?
Why are there? Why are there?
Why are there?
Why are there?
Think
Why
about
are there?
think about in the UK where a lot of times they don't pronounce the R. Those would all be vowel sounds. Why are there? Why are there? Why are
Why?
there? That would be hard.
Why are there?
That sounded
Yeah.
really bad though. That's not how they sound.
Why?
Why are there?
Why are there?
Why are there? Can you?
Why are there?
mm, Why are there many perils?
Why are there many perils?
hmm So many is still important. Why are there many perils?
Why are there many perils?
Why are there many perils to mountain climbing?
Why are there many perils to mountain climbing?
What is the answer? What kind of answer can we give to that question?
Because of high altitude.
Okay, so give me a full sentence. There are because
And there are many perils uh, to mountain climbing because of high altitudes.
okay, there
There may be lack of oxygen.
lack of
There may be lack of oxygen.
yeah. Okay, there are many
Yes.
perils to mountain climbing because of high altitudes.
There are many perils to mountain climbing because of high
All
altitudes.
right. Okay, let's look at our next word, which is strive. Do you know that word, strive? Have you used that or seen that before?
Yes, yes.
What does that mean, strive?
Yeah. Uh, to attempt um, very hard
To
yeah,
try
to
very hard,
achieve.
to work very hard for a goal,
Yeah.
something like that. Okay. Can you read our example sentence?
So Mike strives to be a good
Yeah,
student.
we'll just say he. I'll just change it to he. Say it again. Use he.
He strives to be a good student.
Okay. Now that word that V sound, strive, is that a sound that you push out or is that a sound that you eat? The V.
Is it
You eat it.
strives?
So what does that mean? So what does that mean about the vowel sound? What happens to the vowel sound because of that?
So E should be long.
Yes, it's very long. He strives to be.
He strives to be.
That's right. How about good? Also, is D is that D sound? Is that a sound that you eat or a sound that you push out?
I eat up. Yeah,
You eat a
eat.
D. You push out a T, but you eat a D. So what happens to the in good?
Yeah, it's a long. It's
Very
oh God, God.
strives to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student.
Okay, so we already have our rhythm. We that was pretty easy. We already found our rhythm. So we have our small, big, small, big. He strives to be a. Can you say he strives to be a?
He strives to be a
Mm-hmm. Not stripes. Strives.
strives.
Mm-hmm. He strives to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student.
Okay, is it good or good? Which one?
It's a good.
Yeah.
It's
Because
good.
of the D, you have to make it bigger. Good
Yeah.
student.
Good student.
He strives to be a good student.
He strives to be sorry. He strives to be a good student.
Okay. How many
Yeah.
phrases?
Is
Go ahead.
so. Just I want to ask: student or student? Which is
It's
the
well, oh,
right?
you know that's a good question. What do you think? Because you have the D here. So what does that mean? What does that tell you?
The is to student.
Yeah,
Student
student,
is
student, student, student.
but I usually pronounce from my school days the student. But sometimes I hear the people pronounce it student.
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 Okay. Well,
Student. Yes.
it's it's possible. I mean, what I'm telling you is not. They're not like they're not rules. We say written in stone. I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but we're trying to improve our pronunciation. So I'm giving you guidelines to help you pronounce your to pronounce things. But certainly there would be a lot of variation in the way that people say things. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah. Okay.
it would be
Clear.
good. It would be. Are you familiar with the phrase best practice?
Yes.
What does that mean if you say best practice?
Yeah. Mm, is best just exercise. Do exercise.
It's like the best way to do something. It doesn't mean that you have to do it that way, but it's the best way to do it. Do you understand?
Yes.
And
Yes.
there could be times like if student is not a very important word, maybe you could ignore it a little bit and say student. You know, you could do that. It's fine. But since we're trying to improve our pronunciation, let's be conscious of all the little things like that. And then I don't remember where was I reading this. I was listening to somebody, and they were saying first you have to learn the rules so you know how to break the rules. Does that make sense?
Yes.
First
Yes.
you learn
Yeah. We
the
should
rules,
be.
and then once you're an expert on the rules, then you know when you can break the rules.
Yes. So we can say first we learn the rules,
Hmm.
but the rule does not always work. So we can modify
You,
the rule.
you can be flexible. There's a lot of flexibility.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So this is I'm not telling you you have to do it, but I ignored that word, and you were the one who said, "Oh, well, how should it be pronounced? You have the D there." And technically it's student. Sometimes it doesn't
Yes.
sometimes it doesn't
Yes.
matter.
He's yeah. He's student. Yeah. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And one the time that when it really matters, if it's an important word, that's when it really really matters. And is
Yes.
this an important word in our phrase?
No.
So it doesn't really matter too much. But if that were the main word, then it would be important to make it very long. Right? Does that make sense?
Oh. Yes. Okay. Clear. Yeah.
So now you know the rule and you know when you can break it.
Yes.
Okay. So let's read that sentence again. He strives to be a. He strives to be a.
He strives to be a.
He strives to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student. Okay. How many phrases can you divide that sentence into, do you think?
He strives is the first,
Okay.
and next is to be a good student.
Okay. And how do you want to sound? Do you want to sound serious or do you want to sound nice and friendly?
And so serious,
Ser-
serious,
serious. Serious.
serious, serious,
Serious. So you've got two things in
serious.
that word. Number one, that that happens in your throat. So should be longer. But also it's the accented syllable. So that's two reasons why it should be pretty long.
Yes,
Does that make sense?
yes.
Serious. If you say serious, maybe people will understand it, maybe not. It depends on
Uh,
other things. But
so, okay, serious,
serious,
serious.
serious.
O-
Okay.
Okay, so serious, serious,
Rius.
serious,
Rius. Rius.
serious,
Mm,
serious,
Not re,
serious,
but Rius. Rius.
serious,
Serious.
serious, serious,
Serious.
serious.
That's right. Okay. All right. So we want to sound serious in our first phrase. So we'll finish
Yes,
low and we'll start high. He
yes.
strives. He strives.
He stri-
Again.
he strives.
Strive.
He
Try to
strives.
strives. Strive. He strives.
He strives.
Mm-hmm.
He strives.
He strives. Okay. Now, in our second phrase, to be a good student, do you want to sound happy and nice and friendly or serious?
So make it also serious.
Serious, okay. So we'll finish low. But again, we have to start
Yeah.
high because most phrases in English will start high. So
Yeah.
to be a good student.
Okay. So yeah, it's sometimes difficult when we do it purposely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
hard to do it on purpose.
generally we do.
For me, it's hard to do on purpose. I'm thinking in my head, is this right?
Yes. So okay. Mm, To to be a good student.
To
To be a good
be a good
student.
student. To be a good student.
Um, to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student.
Pachu, can you make a what he strive for question?
What does he strive for?
Okay. What is the most important word in that question?
What
Okay.
is what?
So if what
What
is important, it sounds like what? What?
is what?
What?
Is what?
How would it sound if you say what plus does plus he? How will that sound together?
So uh, what does he? What does he?
What
What does he?
what does he? What does he?
What does he? What does he?
Uh-huh. What does he strive?
What does he strive?
What does he strive for?
What does he strive for?
And what is the answer?
He strives to be a good student.
Okay, good or good?
Is a good.
Mhm.
Is a good.
Say it again. He strives.
He strives to be a good student.
Good or good?
Is a good. It's
Say it again.
good. He strives to be a good student.
That's better. Yeah, because if you say he strives to be a good student, people may have difficulty understanding that actually.
Yes.
But
He strives
mhm,
to be a good student.
not good, good,
So he strives to be a good
a
student.
good student.
A good student.
Strives to be a good student.
He strives to be a good student.
Okay, all right. So we'll do one more today, and then we'll finish.
Yeah, okay, so
Do you know this word deem? We've seen this a lot in several books. I had no idea it was such a common word.
no.
Okay, this means to consider, like
Okay.
to look at something in a special way. Let's look at the example, and then maybe we can understand better the word deem. Can you read the example sentence?
Okay. The Mike deems Jones as a brother, even though they are just friends.
Hmm. Are so
Yes.
do John and Mike have the same blood?
Yeah. Eh,
Are they related?
mm,
Are they really brothers?
no.
No, they're just friends, right?
Yeah.
But how does Mike think about John? How-
So uh, Mike think John is his friend, just friend,
Well, they're
not
friends,
brothers.
but do they have a stronger feeling, a stronger relationship?
Uh, Not serious. Serious.
What if I were in Nepal? Okay, imagine I'm in Nepal. What
Yeah.
would I do that would make people angry, like offended? What kind of thing could I do that would say people would say, "Oh my God, that's horrible. Why did you do that?" Like a special cultural thing, like maybe I don't know because I'm a foreigner.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. So we can we can use what we say is another name. We can say as a, yeah.
Oh, okay, Pachu, in your home, when somebody walks into your home, do they remove their shoes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Uh,
Yes.
let's see. So let's do this. It is deemed rude to not.
Yeah.
We'll make
Yes.
remove your shoes in Nepal. What does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Root. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. He's angry.
Yeah, but so it's considered rude. People think about it like it's rude. It's a bad thing. That's what people think in Nepal.
Yeah. But in foreign country, people uh, wear shoes in their bed also.
Oh well, I don't know about that. I mean, because even in the U.S., I think people wear their shoes inside, but I don't think that they would put them on the bed. I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe some people would, but I would never do that.
Okay.
But so are John and Mike friends?
Uh, yes.
Yes, they're friends.
Friends.
Are they brothers? Are they really brothers? Do they have the same mother and father?
No,
No.
they are not siblings.
Yeah, okay, they're not siblings. But how does Mike think about John? How does Mike consider John?
Yeah, they may be the uncle or the any neighbors.
Well, according to the
Uh,
sentence, what does the sentence say? Read the sentence again.
Mike deems John as a brother means Mike consider John as a brother,
Yeah, but they're not really brothers. They're just.
even though yeah, just brother, even though they are just
Does
friends.
that make sense? Do you understand the idea of deem?
Yes, yeah. We also uh, say someone like treat someone like a brother
Mm-hmm.
in many cases, even though they are not siblings or uncle's son or something
Yep.
cousin.
Well, that's very that I know that that's very common in India. They call each other brother, right? Bhai and sister also. I don't. What is the name for a sister?
Yeah, sister. Yeah.
Everybody, like you call everybody that, right?
Yes.
All the time.
Yes. Yeah. All the time.
Hmm. Okay. So, but
Yeah.
the sentence is clear, right?
Yes. Clear.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's just change this to he and him because it's easier than saying the names. Okay.
Okay.
Can you say the first three words in that sentence?
He he deems him as a
Now that word deem, okay, where's the M in your mouth? Is that something that you push out of your mouth, or is that something that moves around somewhere inside of your mouth? Mm.
is inside.
Okay, it's inside. It's not really down here. You're not really eating it. It's more up here, but it's same idea. Okay, so really this should be deem,
The deems. The
deem.
dream.
So
The
because
dreams.
if you let's put two words here. Here's one word. Whoops. Here's another word. Well, actually, that doesn't help. No, let's not do that. Let's just make sure that we pronounce it long. Okay, deem. So in those three words, he deems him. What is the most important word?
The deems.
Deem, deem. Try to how we were pulling our tongue back. Deem. Pull your tongue back when you say that. Deem. Make your mouth very tight and tense. Deem.
Uh, deem.
Because it's got to be a
Deem.
Y in there somewhere. Deem.
Deem.
hmm That's
Deem.
better. That sounds better. So deem is how do those three words sound together? If deem is the important word, then how do those three words sound together?
So he deems in. He deems
Pull
in.
your tongue back. You have to make your mouth tense. Deems.
He he deems him.
hmm
He deems
He
him.
deems
He
him.
deems him.
He deems him. He deems him.
He deems him.
Mhm.
He deems
He
him.
deems.
He deems him.
So deem is very big, and he and him become very, very small. He deems him.
He he deems him.
Okay.
He
He
deems him
deems him. Now let's look at the next three words. Can you say the next three
okay,
words?
as a brother. As a brother.
And what is the most important word in that phrase?
As a brother. Brother.
Okay, where's
Brother.
and that word brother has two syllables. Which syllable has all of the power? Brother.
Other.
Which
Brother.
which word has all which
First.
syllable has all the which one?
Is a
The
first.
first one. That's right.
Brother.
Brother. Brother.
Is a brother.
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 He deems him as a brother.
He deems as a brother.
Deems him. Deems, don't forget him. You have to say him. He deems him as a brother.
He deems him is sorry. He deems him as a brother.
Pull your tongue back. He deems him as a brother.
He deems him as He deemed him as a brother.
Hmm. Now, this is a phrase. Even though is a phrase. Okay. What does that phrase, even though, what does it mean?
Even though he is same as like uh, although,
Okay.
yeah,
But or something like that. All right.
yeah, but
Uh, uh, so this is a phrase. It's two words. If you have a phrase that's two words, which word will get all of the special attention?
is even
Even,
is
the first
even.
one. So when you have two words that always go together, most of the time it's the first word that gets all of the attention.
Yeah,
Now, in that word even, which
even
syllable has all of the power?
e
E,
even
the first syllable. Even. And you have the V, which is down here in the throat. So that makes it extra long. Even though.
even though
He deems him as a brother, even though.
he deems him as a brother, even though
Hmm. Now, in the final part, they are just friends. So that's four words. Can you say them?
yeah, they are just friends.
Hmm. What do you think is the most important word in that phrase?
They're just
Yeah, that's right. Just. Adverbs and adjectives are usually the most important words when you have them. Okay, so we'll
yeah.
make that big. So, how does they and are, how does that sound? If they're not special words, how does it sound?
So there are there
There.
are there are
Actually, you can write this. It's acceptable to write this. It's very normal. There, there.
there
Hmm.
there
Hmm.
there
Even
there.
though they're just friends.
Even though they're just friends.
Okay, now is it just or just?
So the just
That sounds better if you do.
just
That sounds more natural if you do it like that. Just friends.
just so when I hold my breath, so it becomes difficult. But when I flexible, yeah, like relaxed, so I can do better.
Hmm.
But I always in a hurry, like I hold the breath, so it goes in high tone.
Yeah, but I think, well, it's not about being high or low. You could do high or low. It doesn't matter. But it's just you want to make it longer because it doesn't sound like you're holding the vowel sound long enough,
Yeah,
especially for a special word like just. Sometimes it's
just
like when we said student. Sometimes it can be small. Just can sometimes be small, but here it's a special word, so it's important to make it bigger. Just friends.
just friends,
Mhm.
just friends, just friends.
Even though they're just friends.
Even though they're just friends.
He deems him as a brother, even though they're just friends.
He deems he deems him as a brother, even though they're just friends.
Even though, even though,
Even though,
even though they're
even
just,
though,
even though they're just,
even they're just,
even though they're just friends.
even though they are just friends.
He deems him as a,
He deems him. He deems him.
Massa. Can you say Massa? Massa? He deems him as a.
He deems measure. He deems measure.
Deems him. Say sim. Say sim. Sim.
So sim,
Simaz.
sim,
Simaz. Simaz.
simans,
Samasa. Samasa.
simager,
He,
simager.
he deems him as a.
He deems him as a
He deems him as a brother.
he deems as a brother.
He deems him as a brother, even though they're just friends.
He deems he deems him as a brother, even though they are just friends.
Okay, how many phrases can you divide this sentence into?
So is it yes two?
Two? Okay, what is the first phrase?
He deems him as a
He,
brother.
he deems him as a brother. Okay.
He deems him as a brother.
And what is the second phrase?
The second is even though they are just friends.
Okay. Now, in the first phrase, how do you want that to sound? Do you want that to sound nice and friendly, or do you want it to sound serious?
So let me happy.
Happy? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then, what we're going to do? We want to finish our phrase low, but because you want to have it sound a little bit nicer, happier, we want to put some high tones at the end also. Brother, brother,
Uh, brother, brother,
brother, brother.
brother, brother
How will our phrase start?
is a high tone.
Okay.
Deems, deems.
He deems him as a brother.
He deems, he deems him as a brother.
He deems him as a brother.
He, he deems him as a brother.
Okay. Now in the second phrase, even though they're just friends, how will you like that to sound? Do you want it to sound nice and happy or serious?
Is a happy,
Okay.
happy.
So again, we'll we'll make this we'll put in some high tones at the end, but we normally would want to finish low because when you're at the end of a phrase or the end of a sentence, you want to finish low. Okay, so just friends.
Is a just
And
friends.
how will the
Just,
that's right, do it again.
just friends.
Uh-huh. Just
Just
friends.
friends.
Just friends. Okay, how will the phrase start?
Is a even, is
E-
even.
Even so we want to start high because most phrases start high. Even though
Okay.
they're just friends.
Even though there are just friends.
He deems him as a brother, even though they're just friends.
He deems he deems him as a brother, even though they are just friend.
Okay, all right. Uh, let's say how he deem him. How will you make a question with those words? How he deem him.
How how does he deem him?
Okay. What is the most important word in that phrase? How does he deem him?
Is how
How? Okay.
how.
How will it sound if you
Yeah.
put how plus does plus he? How will all of that sound together?
So how does he?
How
How
how does he? How does he?
how does he? How does he? How does he?
How will the word deem plus him? How will that sound?
So is a dim sim. It's a dim sim.
But there's no s because we're making a question. Deem
Sorry. So to dimage,
deem
dimage,
deem him, deem him, deem him, deem him.
dim him, dim him.
Deem him. Let's. Oh, I better write. I think I'm confusing you, so I'm going to write down the question. How does he deem him? You already said the question correctly, but now I think you're getting.
Uh,
It's too much information. Okay.
okay,
Do you see? I wrote it. How?
okay,
This is the correct
yeah,
question. Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay.
Deem him.
So
Deem him. Deem him.
dim him. Demem.
How does he? How does he?
How does he? How does he?
How does he deem him?
How does he deem him?
That's just normal, believe it or not, English. How does he deem him?
How does he deem him?
That's right. Okay, and what is your answer?
He deems him. He deems him as a brother, even though they are just friends.
hmm Can you try to say? I mean, that was fine, but can you try to pay a little bit more attention to the special words and the special syllables?
Okay, so he dreams him.
hmm
He dreams him as a brother, even though they are just friends.
He deems him as a brother, even though they're just friends.
He deems him as a brother, even though they are just friends.
All right. Okay. I think that we'll finish here
And
tonight. Okay.
thank you, sir.
Maybe I'm not sure. Think I might be back in about 10 hours. So around 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning your time. But I don't know yet. I can't make a promise for that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, thank you everybody
Bye.
for your comments and questions. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come back. And if you want to practice with us, you can you just click on the link in the description to the Discord server, and you can practice with us too. All right. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Bye bye.